working to live and not living to work. You know what I mean?
What's up there?
That's something I run by. Something I'm really trying to actually run by right now.
If you can jump in, how did it happen that you are TV presenter, influencer? Do you still remember like your first job or?
So I think it kind of happened by chance. I mean, funny enough, people think that I've been in this industry for all my life, but it hasn't even been that long. In the sense,
I mean, it looks like it. But...
Does it? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But growing up, I was and still am into sports. So I was a football player. I played for Iberians here locally,
and do you support them still, or?
Yes, I still support them. I have a soft spot for them locally. Basically, long story cut short is that I got an injury. I was very injury prone, but there was one last injury where I just couldn't keep going. And at that time, I went to study abroad. I got a scholarship through Erasmus, and it kind of opened me up to different experiences. One of them being drama and theatre and acting. So I took part basically in a pantomime at the university I was studying in, Queen's University. But when I say I took part, I initially went and I signed up to be part of backstage, literally just to make friends. So I was actually homesick. I wanted to come back to Malta. I was just laughing at me. I was crying for my mom. I wanted to come back home, and the people there said, "Listen, join this, society to make friends," and it really worked. And there was a director there who took a liking to me, and he said, "Listen, you should audition for the pantomime." I did, and I ended up getting the part. Don't know how. And they sent me to acting lessons, dancing lessons, and singing lessons. And I did the pantomime there. It was a great success. I enjoyed the experience. And from then, I think the next thing I did was Strada Strata, which was another series which did very well locally. It was an era kind of series, and I was a fisherman. And again, a great production. The company was called Sharpshoot Media. They did a fantastic job. I believe it was one of the best at the times in terms of TV series locally. And from then I presented the Multi-Eurovision Song Contest, again out of probably nowhere, in a sense that I wasn't prepared for it. And there are probably people who are much better than me to do that at the time. And somehow or other we made it work. I totally enjoyed the experience, and the feedback started growing. You know, people seemed to like what was happening. And then Facebook kind of exploded out of nowhere. I enjoy the page so much because I can interact with so many of the people who enjoy following me, and I can use it to do good in different ways. I mean, I spend a lot of my time.
Yes.
It makes a lot of commercial sense as well, and it's good because I get to kill two birds with one stone. Commercials make sense because a lot of clients want exposure on social media, and on the other end I get to spend time with my kids, which is what I love.
Yes, I think if anybody follows you, we can see the kids a lot of times. But of course there is like a good and I guess the bad time having them as well. Do they let you sleep?
No. Well, actually, to be honest, my wife is really hands-on in that aspect.
What would you do for fun? Do you do anything still? Do you find that little spare time?
Of course, it's important, I think. So first of all, I actually love what I do, so I'm blessed in that sense that with my work, I literally love every second of it. So I wake up in the morning and if I had more hours a day, I would keep on working. But I do find the balance in what I do. So for me, fun is literally anything from spending time with my family and going out and having a day at the park, or taking my daughter swimming, or doing anything with the family. For me, that's fun.
Yeah.
I still play football for fun, so we play like 5-a-sides I try, because the problem is my mind is still telling me that I am the same 16-year-old player that I was, but my body and my injuries tell me, "Oi, you need to take it easy."
In today's world, when the social media took over, if anybody would like ask you for sort of advice how to like stand out, how to be seen, what would be your advice?
Oh, good question. I wasn't prepared for this one. I wasn't prepared for the others, but the others were easier ones. What would you do to stick out and to be seen? My advice would be, again, it sounds cliche, but be genuine, so be yourself. And I think by doing that, people will find it easier to relate to you. So the person I am now on social media, if you had to probably see my stories 2-3 years back, would be very different, definitely, because I didn't have kids at the time. And I don't exactly plan my stories in terms of what I think I should be posting. It's me, it's who I am. You know, I do literally what I am doing. So definitely my first advice would be yourself, be genuine. Be creative, think outside the box. I mean, we're living in an audiovisual world, so if you like that type of work, I would say get your hands on nowadays, you know, even a mobile phone is enough to take a video, a photograph. So get your hands on it and teach yourself. Don't be shy to talk to different people. I mean, we have a feeling in society, and I don't think this is really a Maltese thing, it's pretty worldwide, where we see our competitors as the bad guys in life, as the devils, as the people we don't want to interact with, as the people we fight with. In business and in everything I have done, I've always seen my competitor as my best friend. I wanted to get to know my competitor, I wanted to speak to them, I wanted to ask them, how are you so good? And I do that because I want to be as good as them and better. People enjoy when you ask, people enjoy to tell their story, and I mean, what's the worst that can happen, you know? Someone just closes the door and then another 100 doors you can open and knock at.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, Ben, I think we won't take any more time from you. That was definitely a pleasure. We definitely keep on following you and looking forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me, and keep up your great work as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.